Wednesday to all. Again, it is a privilege to be able to share these moments with you, reminding that we are inching our way towards Holy Week, and when we take on the full repetition of the Passion of our Lord. And so I want to encourage all to prepare yourself for this week to come. And just as we prepare ourselves for Lent, I think it is important for us to prepare ourselves for Holy Week, so that we're able to kind of put our things in order that we may be able to utilize the week as best as we can. So we've got a few more days to see if we can move ahead with some of our activities and get them out of the way, so that come Holy Week we are doing only what's needed at any given point in time. So I want to encourage us to just make that provision from now so that we prepare ourselves for Holy Week. In doing that, we are better able to derive benefit from that time during that wonderful period of the high point of Lent, as it were. So here we come, finding our quiet space, finding our inner world, finding that spot, that sense of stillness and presence, breathing into our heart space, allowing the light to fill us, allowing the light to radiate deep within us and expand and expand and expand, allowing ourselves to become completely filled with light, all our surroundings filled with light, as we rest in this beautiful presence, this light, this love, this divine awareness. This is what we're about. Because the more we're able to become aware of this presence, the more we're able to draw on it in our day-to-day life. And so as we prepare ourselves to go out into the world, we want to begin by centering ourselves into that space, by allowing ourselves to become aware of that ethereal nature of ourselves, not just the hard materialistic dimension, but that soft flowing, ever-present true peace that exists in us and around us. So we breathe. We breathe into the stillness, into the depth, and we hold that space and we allow it to be present to us in a special way. In John's reading for today, Jesus is here speaking about the difference between the shepherd and the hireling, the hired hand, the fellow who is like a thief, who doesn't really care for the sheep. And Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. The hired hand, who is not the shepherd and does not own the sheep, sees the wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away, and the wolf snatches them and scatters them. The hired hand runs away because a hired hand does not care for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. So there will be one flock, one shepherd. For this reason the Father loves me, because I lay down my life in order to take it up again. No one takes it from me, but I lay it down of my own accord. I have power to lay it down, and I have power to take it up again. I have received this command from my Father. It's a really beautiful passage, the passage that was just read of Jesus as the good shepherd that lays down his life for the sheep, the good shepherd that chooses of his own free will to lay it down and to take it up again. That whole idea of freedom, it is amazing what one is able to accomplish when one is free, when one is not tethered, but one is able to live life to the fullest, live life in a way that we are intended to live this life. And so the image of the Good Shepherd, when we think of this image, we think of that free-flowing love for. The hired hand on the other side is not concerned with the sheep. He basically is concerned with what he might be able to get from tending the sheep. If any danger arises, he is fearful. He is fearful of his own life. He weighs his life against that of the sheep, and he chooses to run away. He is bound by his own sense of being imprisoned to the fear that is within him. And so oftentimes we're not even aware of the way in which fear grips us. The materialistic nature of our lives grip us so that we cannot really experience the love of God. We cannot really experience the presence and the power of God. When we hear the term the Good Shepherd, and I remember reading in a text where it speaks of the fact that what has been translated good here, when one translates the Aramaic word, the translation really is the beautiful shepherd. And that really adds something more to it, because there's a sense in which we're saying that there's beauty in this experience. Just like there is beauty in this life that we have to live. But we hardly ever experience the full beauty of it, because we are oftentimes very concerned about losing it. We are often concerned about losing our possessions, or losing this, or losing that, or not being important, or not being respected, or not being known, or not being heard, or all manner of things cause us to hold back and not really embrace the fullness and the beauty of this life that we have. I think we need to reflect on that a great deal and look at our children and see how children find the beauty in life. As you watch your little eyes as they discover even a moth or a butterfly or a firefly, and you see them light up and you see the beauty that radiates from those little eyes. And when you think of it, you realize that these folks have no fear really. They are just out there in wonder, embracing all things. And especially if they're raised in a household where they have that sense of being free, being at ease to explore, to expand, to express, then you see it even more. But oftentimes we do them an injustice by closing them down, by creating fear, by causing them to not expand or not explore or not even express. We imprison them. We confine them. And then that beauty is hidden. That beauty is reduced. And so these are things that we need to be aware of as adults in this world. That we've learned, hopefully, about the importance of that beauty that is about this creation. And we've got to be able to nurture and encourage our children to explore that beauty, to be beautiful. And it is not the skin deep beauty that we are allowing the cosmetic world and the other areas of fashion to dictate for us and to decide who is beautiful and who's not beautiful. No, this is the beauty of the soul, because the soul cannot be anything but beautiful. The thing is to give the soul the freedom to fully manifest through it all, through this flesh, by not causing the soul to be hindered, by not creating bonds and restrictions in our physical reality, in our mental space, that in ways prevent that soul from radiating out this beauty into the world. And if it is that we have had that experience where we have been shut down or imprisoned, we still have time. We still have time to come to the awareness that we are bound and we need to be set free. We need to let go. We need to be open. We need to trust the universe and allow our beauty to shine forth in the world. God, when He created the world, He said it was good, it was beautiful. You are part of that. You are an integral part of that. And you continue to be an integral part of that. So let it shine. Let it go. Release it. Allow that soul to manifest in this world. Because it is that soul that the world is waiting for. The world is constantly seeking out that soul of ours because it knows it is here and it is waiting for it to express. So let it express. Allow it the chance to express, to grow, to become, so that all may know that there is a God. So, are we ready? We are moving towards Passion Week. We're moving towards that time when our Lord opened Himself up and he allowed the beauty to radiate in the midst of all the darkness, in the midst of all the challenges. He allowed that beauty that he was to radiate and to show the world that there is a God, there is a powerful God who is far greater than anything that he was experiencing. And so he gives us that wonderful example, that wonderful testimony of who God is, by being his true self, by not closing down, by not holding back, but by simply allowing. They were concerned when he wanted to go back to Jerusalem, and he said, there are 12 hours in the day, let's go. Because nothing was going to hinder the beauty that Jesus brought to this world as an example for me and for you. As you walk towards this Holy Week, be aware of how much we hold ourselves back, how much we hold in and do not allow to express. And rather than continuing to hold it in, please give yourself the beauty and the benefit and the privilege of letting it out.